Oops. Let's adjust that a bit. We on? Cool. Alright, J-Bot back for a video. Been a while. Been a bloody long while, I think. I can't remember when I last did a video. Although there is a video that I did that's not gone up yet because I haven't sort of checked it, because I wanted to check some stuff on it because there was interruptions. So anyway, today's video, I have WWE 2K15 for Xbox 360, and this is the version that has the apparent launch exclusive sting, even though it's meant to be a pre-order bonus, not a launch. My understanding of a launch exclusive is it's available on the day of launch. When it's meant to be a pre-order bonus. However, I did pre-order it back in October. To be quite honest, and I've actually forgot to get some information I wanted. Testicles. Not a problem though. What the hell? I'm now being distracted. Oh whoa. Okay, that is very confusing. That's not what I want. Where is what I want? I can get back to this. This thing's in a really fucking dodgy order. Anyway, yeah, this game, of course at the moment only the current gen, what I'm referring to as current gen anyway, which is PS3 and 360, they're the only versions out, and basically they're not finished. What 2K have released is an unfinished game. What you've got here is what 2K have decided to keep from last year's game polished up, with extra characters, up-to-date characters, because there's not as many characters, which I'll get onto, and updated versions of last year's WrestleMania mode, or was it Road to WrestleMania? I can't remember what it's called now. And another was supposed to be an exclusive mode, which is a combination of that and the beat the streak mode, which we'll get onto. So, which is all really annoying, because and I'll probably get a lot of shit for this, but it's fact. Right now, at this stage with the next gen consoles, the PS4 and Xbox One, which it comes out on at the end of this month, they're still in their infancy, really. I know they came out, you know, almost a year old now. However, more at the moment, with this current climate, financial climate as well, most people still have a PS3 or an Xbox 360. Which means it should still be your main target market, and you should be showing off the strengths of what you can do with the PS4 and the Xbox One, which is basically the graphics. What they've done here with this version for the current gen, as I said, is they've taken all the stuff that they wanted to keep from the PS4, from 2K14, and polished it up with an updated roster and an update to existing modes. That's it. And the way that they've done that is tight, to say the least. Character-wise, you've got about half of the characters that you had last year, and I'm including different attires as well, because the way 2K do it, or the way they still do it, which THQ started, is they pretty much decide at random whether you're going to have an extra attire, or if that extra attire is actually going to have an extra character slot, which is just, quite frankly, annoying. It's a fucking attire, then it doesn't need an extra character slot, which is evident in this game because of the main mode that they've got in it, the rivalries, the showcase mode, which is basically the Road to WrestleMania, whatever it's called, WrestleMania mode. It wasn't Road to the WrestleMania, 30 years of WrestleMania, that's it, mode from last year. Well, this showcase mode is that, but rather than it being around emphasizing on WrestleMania, it's emphasizing on key feuds, which I'll get to in a minute. But because of that, you've got several attires for certain wrestlers, namely Triple H, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk, and Chris Jericho, and RVD, I think, for certain years. Split, or at least the CM Punk and Triple H, split between two character slots instead of being on the one. Why? That's a bad use of file space, really, to be honest. The roster's updated. You've got people like the Wyatt family, you've got the Shield, but of course because of the cut-off, it's the Shield, it's not Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins as they are now, which is a shame. But apparently in the fucking next gen ones they fixed that, and there's going to be the individual music for each three of them, so you can just, which works into a new mode for that game when I get to that. But basically they worked around it for next gen, but for fuck you whoever's got current gen. There's less legends, a lot less legends. You've got a 2002 Kane, which is pretty good, but the problem is they've taken it right out of SmackDown. I believe it was in, and this is why I was looking up some information because I couldn't remember the name of the games or the order they went in. But right out of, I believe he was in SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. Or was he? He was either in Here Comes the Pain or Shut Your Mouth, and I can't remember which. But they've taken it right out of the PS2 game and put it in this game. So it's you've got him with PS2 graphics. They've not even updated the graphics for him. It's very apparent, and they seem to have done that for several wrestlers. It's very, very apparent that the graphics aren't up to spec for some of the wrestlers that they've used, because they've just taken them literally out of other games, the models out of other games, because they can't be asked to either redo them or time. On one plus note, The Undertaker has actually got his attire from this year's WrestleMania for the first time ever, which I'm really, really pleased with, because that was quite a good attire. I don't agree on the outcome of that particular match, but the fact that they've got that updated attire, that's his only attire he's got, I'm really happy with, and it just shows what THQ could have done if they got the fingers out of their asses. If we go to the Creation Suite side of things, they've done nothing with them. All they've done is they've taken out Story Designer, which I don't understand why, other than it was to be able to put the stuff in that they're putting in for the PS4, Xbox 360 version, Xbox One version. They've also taken out Create a Finisher mode, which a lot of people are pissed off with. I fully understand why they have done that, and I think a lot of people have missed this for whatever reason. To be honest, and people are probably not going to like this, Create a Finisher never worked properly. The animation was jerky and freaking horrible, and they've never been able to do anything with it. Every time they've added to it, so they've obviously taken it out to make room for other stuff. I can understand that. It's annoying considering the lack of stuff that they've done with this, because they could have kept it in for this one if they made a fucking effort. But I can understand why that came out. They've also taken out customised music, which again, I can understand, because at the moment, for whatever stupid fucking reason, you're not able to have customised music on PS4 and Xbox One, which is currently being corrected, but obviously not in time for them to finish the two games. So it was obviously more practical to take it out across the board, which I can understand. It's annoying, but it's understandable. They've added no new matches or anything like that. The gameplay is exactly the same, including the glitches. Again, with if we go into the showcase mode, as I said, it's around rivalries at the moment. It's the Summer of Punk, which is Punk John Cena, and that's another one. Yeah, I think I said that. Triple H and John Cena that have got 2 character slots. So it's around, yeah, the Summer of Punk and Triple H versus Shawn Michaels from 2002 to 2004, hence Kane being in it, which is where a lot of people got pissed off, because there's a casket match in that showcase which they haven't actually made as a playable mode. because it's not really a casket match. It's a cutscene where you control the outcome. It's not even a proper match, which is how they've got away around it. Sarah's matches, there is actually a special guest referee now that I've noticed, which is good. But that I don't think that was in last year. I can't actually remember. But yeah, and that's the two feuds at the moment. I'll get onto that when I get onto DLC, where they're all piss takers. The other mode that you've got is, which apparently is exclusive, is Who Got Next mode, and I've just read on it. It was saying it's got improved graphics, new lighting system, character models, bring your favourite blah 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 blah. That's bullshit. It's not improved graphics by any stretch of the bloody imagination. But Who Got Next is, you can choose from 5 NXT wrestlers, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, who else? Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Bo Dallas, another guy whose name that I forgot, but he's wrestled over here for 2-Bit Promotion 1PW as oh bollocks. Sterling James Keenan. No, that's not him, is it? But he's wrestled over here. I forgot what his name was over here. That's what Sterling James Keenan. I can't remember. Canadian guy anyway. Who's not been in NXT for a while. And Kozlov. And of course, but only 2 of them are still in NXT. And basically, each of them have got 4 matches that you go through, of sort of key matches that they've had. Like with, I've only played one, which is Sami Zayn, and that was against not very good with names. Who's had some really good matches with, I've forgotten his flipping name. Chris Hero's tag team partner. Cesaro. And I've only played one match, and basically you have those 4 matches, then you face John Cena, which is probably why he's on the front of the box, in a sort of beat the streak type thing. So yeah. And of course the big thing, as I said, Sting. As I said, you've got 1990 Sting, which doesn't look like Sting because the graphics are fucking terrible. And then you've got Crow Sting, which looks brilliant, but there's an issue with the hair, which I can't quite put my finger on. But other than that, really good, decent music, and 1990 Sting has actually got some of his proper music, not the shit they use on the fucking Blu-rays and DVDs for him some of the time. He's got his first music. He hasn't got a man called Sting, but he's got the other one. so that's good. DLC, this is where things really piss me off. Oh, Universe mode is basically the same, and I think they've cleaned it up a little bit. Your DLC this year, your season pass. One, it's now 20 quid. Where last year it was around 13, 14. It's been going up stupidly the last few years. And what you get in your season pass is the accelerator, which is good. And then you get 3 showcase feuds. Yeah. You're having to pay extra for 3/5 of the main fucking mode in this fucking unfinished piece of shit game. That is ridiculous. You're paying in this country about 40 quid for this game, and the main mode of it is unfinished. You've got to pay extra for it. Not only that, just to piss you off. There's some other packs that are coming out. The usual extra moves pack. There's a WCW wrestlers pack. There's a NXT wrestlers pack. All extra. They're not in the season pass. So you put the price up of the season pass to 20 quid, and you're not even including everything. There's 3 extra packs that over here are probably going to cost us an additional 15 quid. That is ridiculous. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. We should have to do that. What's the point of coming out with a season pass if it doesn't include everything? If it had those 3 packs in, I probably would have quite happily paid 20 quid. It's not worth 20 quid because you're paying 20 quid for stuff that should have been in this piece of shit game at the very least. Now we get on to the PS4, Xbox One versions and what we know of it. One, considerably better graphics and a better, an updated control system, which is interesting. The other big thing is on this game in the PS3 one there's 100 character slots. On the other one, on the PS4, Xbox One, it's 25, which I think is them trying to save memory because they've apparently done stuff with restricting the servers for community creations and that sort of thing, but I haven't got Xbox Live at the moment, so I haven't looked into them yet, so I can't comment. But anyway, yeah, so a lot better graphics than what I've seen. They've got a proper career mode in the PS4 Xbox One version that looks really good. Which is essentially the main mode for the game, which would make sense with the other bits being in the showcase. The showcase bits being on DLC. They've got rid of the paint tool and they've basically replaced it with the ability to import pictures and stuff, including face scans you can do now. That's the big thing on the Creation Suite that is exclusive to that game for absolutely no reason. And before someone says, oh, because only PS4 and Xbox One can actually are man enough to do that. Right, the whole game across the board was made on the engine that was created on PS3. The game's been made on PS3. That's for starters. The importing pictures and importing face scans sound familiar to you? Basically, it is Nintendo's Mii technology with better graphics. Now, the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U have less processing power and graphic power than PS3 and PS4. Well, PS3 and Xbox 360. Although I don't know about Wii U. Wii U may be on par with... I think is on par with PS3 and Xbox 360. In fact, yeah, I'm sure it's on par. But this technology has even been on 3DS. So you can see how little graphical and processing power this mode actually needs. Now, I'm not expecting PS4, Xbox One graphics on PS3, Xbox 360. No, I can understand the graphics are going to be different, but there's absolutely no reason why the updates to the Creative Suite, which may have saved its fucking ass, because it's got, at the moment, with the 360 and the PS3 version, has got its worst rating ever from IGN. It's got a worse rating than TNA Impact. The only thing that's actually got a better rating than that game was AAA's game that was made on the Impact engine, and it was only barely. It was 0.1 better, because I think that was 5.6 and it was 5.7 or something like that. So yeah, the only reason these modes aren't in the game is two reasons. They rushed getting this out for the current consoles, and it's for marketing. Same as Hulk Hogan edition that they brought out for PS4 and Xbox One. That's got a Hulk Hogan figure in it, exclusive figure with the big heads. I forgot what they're called, bobblehead type things. Signed photo, the usual shit, and you can be Hulk Hogan in the game. All for 99 quid. And you've got your red and yellow Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hulk Hogan that were in the fucking game last year. And this edition is 100 quid. Absolute piss take. The only thing that makes that worthwhile is the figure, or at least the price. Still, the reason that this game is so shit and unfinished is purely on laziness and marketing. God knows what we're going to get next year. They'll probably go the way of EA and not bother with this, with the current generation Xbox 360, PS3, which EA have done with UFC this year. That's probably what they'll end up doing next year. It's just absolute bullshit. Not everyone can afford a PS4 and Xbox One at the moment at their price point. I can't. Loads of people can't. That's why there's less of them on the market than there is of PS3, Xbox 360. They should use the PS4 and Xbox One versions to show off what they graphics and stuff. Maybe a few extra bits in, you know, stuff for creator mode. Oh, that's the other thing. There's a fully customizable thing for the superstars in the PS4, 360, Xbox One versions. It really pisses me off because I really like to use that. So that's the other thing. And again, it's all stuff that can be done on the current generation. Alright, there may be a few extra glitches. It's arguable at the moment. It really is. But the fact that it's built on the PS3 and they pulled this crap is just unbloody acceptable, to be quite honest. Now, it's not to say the game's unplayable. Far from it. It's still, on the basis of it, it's just an update of 2014, so it's good, and as usual, the showcase modes are good. Apart from the odd glitches, and I'm stuck on the casket match at the moment, because it doesn't actually tell me how to trigger opening the fucking casket. So, I'd buy with caution. If you own a PS4 or Xbox One, go for that version. If you don't, go for this version, but know what you're getting. I need a drink. I think that is it for now. I've ranted for half an hour. Not bad, and I don't think I've actually got even as pissed off as I have done before with previous WWE game videos. Which I'm quite surprised at, considering I've been on the phone to Vodafone today because I'm having all sorts of issues with them, and they right pissed me off at the moment. Particularly as I'm expecting a call back from Now, which I haven't got. And another issue's cropped up today that's pissed me off. So, yeah, I think this has gone quite well. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be back with stuff at some point. Ta-ta for now.